Hello, friends. It's Mrs. Itis. Today we are going to take a look at something very precious. It is corn. So today you are going to need the yellow piece of construction paper that has the picture of the corn cob and husk, and then you will need the very small pieces of red, purple, and orange for our project that we will do in a moment. But first, I would like us to go ahead and take a look at a story called Corn is Maize or Maíz, a gift of the Indians written and illustrated by Aliki. Today we call Indians from America natives. So I've picked a few pages in this storybook to read to you because it's a very long story. But I would like you to teach you the most important parts of corn. This is a kernel of corn. It is a corn seed. Kernels of corn are planted in a small hill of good earth. The sun shines down on them. Spring rains water the soil. The hard seeds soften and sprout. Have you ever seen kernels of corn before? Maybe you've seen some when you make popcorn at home. They're very small and people dry them to make foods from them. So let's continue with the story as we turn the page. A leaf appears and a stalk begins to grow. More leaves come from joints called nodes. A cornstalk shoots up fast. Farmers say that on a quiet evening, they can hear the corn growing. By midsummer, the plant is taller than a farmer. Husks have begun to sprout from the nodes. A husk is a bundle of leaves tightly wrapped around the strands of silk. The corn silk, it helps the plant to grow because that's where the pollen comes from. So let's skip ahead. Do you know corn cannot grow by itself? No. Corn seeds must be planted so there is space around each little hill for the tall plants to grow. The plants must be weeded or the baby sprouts will be choked. Corn cannot grow without the help of people. That's very interesting, isn't it? People found the grain was good for them. It made them stronger than just beans and squash and other plants they knew about. So native tribes in North began to grow corn too. In time, people in all the Americas were growing different kinds. They learned the right time to plant according to the weather. Different tribes planted in different ways. When the Pilgrims landed in America, maize or maize saved their lives. The natives gave them dried grains to eat and showed them how to plant the crop. On the first Thanksgiving, the Pilgrims and the natives together gave thanks for the corn harvest, as the natives had done long before. The Pilgrims learned other things from them too. They stuffed mattresses with husks, burned cobs for fuel, and even made toys out of the husks. Today, people all over the world grow corn. There are many, many kinds: popcorn, sweet corn, flour corn, flint corn, dent corn, and pod corn. We only eat the sweet corn and we use the popcorn for popping. The rest is used to feed animals or to make corn flour, cornmeal, cornstarch, corn oil, corn syrup, cereals, baby powders, glue, soap, and many other things. Isn't that fabulous? So boys and girls, today I would like to show you some dried maize. Maybe you've seen it at the store, but I'd like to show you how they can come in many different colors. Look, I see a lot of red and orange on this dried corn cob. This is the husk, the leaves that used to cover the kernels. And when they are dried, they're pulled back and they turn yellow. Do you hear it? Kind of crunchy, isn't it? And the seeds, corn seeds, are now hard. Look at these colors. Wow, these are kind of purpley and dark, You can see some dried corn silk here. There's even a little bit of light brownish yellow. And here, there is yellow and brown, purple, reddish colors. Isn't this amazing? Corn can be beautiful, can't it? So friends, let's go ahead and take a look at some 10-frame corn making with numbers. You can use your yellow dots to count along with me, or if you have corn kernels at home, you can even use these to count and use them to make numbers for 10s frames. But because they're so tiny, I want you to work with your grown-ups on these. Don't use these alone, okay? Now, let's take a look at 10s frames. Let's make a 10 and a 1. If we do that, we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know you only have 10 dots, but this is when you can use some of your corn kernels to make bigger numbers. So I have a full 10 frame. That's a 10 and a 1. 10 and 1 more is 11. What if I have a 10 and 2 ones? What number would this be? 10, 11, 12. That's right. Let's count on. What would a 10 and 3 ones be? 10, 11, 12, 13. Great counting. How about a 10 and 4 ones? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's do one more. A 10 and 5 ones. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. How fun! So you can use your yellow dots with your 10 frame and even some kernels to make some numbers today. But what I really wanted to show you is a beautiful project. So do you remember when I showed you this corn, this dried corn, the maize, and it has so many beautiful colors? Today we're going to make that as an art project. That's why I asked you to find your yellow construction paper and the 3 small pieces of red, purple, and orange. You have other pieces of construction paper in your toolkit, but you need the very, very tiny ones, okay? The big pieces are for a different project later on. So the first step we need to do is to cut out the outside lines of the corn husk and the corn stalk. Do not cut the inside lines. Let's do it together. Remember, open, shut them is the way we cut. We hold our paper in our left hand or your right hand, and we start by cutting along the outside lines. So follow the outside lines. Use your hand to turn your paper around and around. You stop here at the corner and you go back up. We are not cutting any of those middle lines. No, no. We need this corn and the husk to stay together. And then up and down and around. It's a curvy cut today, isn't it? Okay, excellent. You can recycle the extra yellow construction paper. Now put your scissors away because we are going to do something called torn art. That's right, we are going to tear the paper to make tiny little seeds like on a corn kernel. Wow, how do we do that? Simple. All you have to do is use your fingers and tear down the center or the sides of your paper. Try to make some small tears first. Maybe we can tear 2 strips from the orange. 1, 2. Maybe 2 strips from the purple. Try your best to see if you can make it small and narrow. This is really good exercise for your pincer grasp. your fine motor skills with your fingers. It's very important to develop that. So let's go all the way down, maybe 2 strips of purple, and let's get 2 strips of red. So you see I have my thumbs together very close, and I'm just tearing in small little, I'm not going and tearing it big, I'm tearing it in small little steps. Just down carefully, down, down, down. There we go. You can save this in case you need some more. But now what we're going to do, because it doesn't look like kernels just yet, is we have to tear these again into small pieces, maybe like the size of your nail. So here's some red pieces. Make a little pile of red. Just tear tiny little bits, like little mouse bites, to make little corn kernels. Okay, go ahead and tear some red. Try to make them small. The smaller they are, the more beautiful your artwork will be. It'll be more detailed. There we go. Some red in a pile. Let's do the same with purple. Here we go. Purple in a pile. Little pieces about the size of your nails. Okay. Try that. Be patient with yourself. If you need to stop the video, that's fine. And continue to tear. We're going to do this for red, purple, and orange. We want to make this look as realistic as we can. Torn art can be lots of fun, and it's good exercise for your hands too. Get your orange. Tear up your orange. There we go. Fantastic. Get your other little pieces torn. Very nice. Here we are. Tear, tear, tear. That's why this is called torn art, because we are tearing the pieces. Great. Now, when you have your little piles of corn kernels made out of paper, you're going to get your glue stick. And we are going to now glue on these little pieces into the husk. So it kind of looks like this realistic maze. Okay? So let's first start at the top. Put a little bit of glue, just like that. And now pick some of your pieces of torn art and glue them close together. You can put red and purple and orange. You can try and make a pattern. I try not to put the same colors close to each other. Your fingers might get a little sticky, but that's okay. That's why we have soap and water. Then add another strip of glue and get some more colors. So maybe purple this time, orange, and red. Here's another orange. So you're going to fill up your corn with this little pieces of paper that we tore. When you're ready, add some more glue and stick down your pieces. Spread them apart. Make it look super colorful, just like the real maze. You can put your pieces close together. It'll look even more realistic. You can leave some yellow showing, of course, because we also want to have some yellow kernels. There we go. Great job, friends. This is a good practice in being patient, isn't it? And taking our time to do our work. Let's add some more glue. If you just add a little glue at a time, the glue won't dry out. Because when the glue dries out, we have to put more glue, and that's starting to waste it. We don't want to waste any glue. All right? So add your little kernels like this. Look how it's starting to look so realistic, isn't it? Very nice. Add a little bit more glue at a time. Little bits at a time. Look. It is looking so very realistic now. Let's see, maybe another little piece of red right here. And maybe some orange. Oh, I need a little bit more glue. The glue dries out very quickly. All right, a little bit more glue down the center. If you need to tear more paper, go ahead. You have plenty to tear from. Add your kernels. Great job. See if you can space the colors out. Some pieces can overlap. That's fine too. Overlapping makes it look really special as well. There we go. Maybe a little bit more glue. See how fast the glue dries out? That's why I was saying just put a little bit of glue at a time if you can. Good job. Let's go all the way down the center. Fantastic. Artists are patient, aren't they? And you are an artist too. We're almost done. And remember, if you don't finish right now, you can always go back later and keep working and finishing. There we are. Wow, now we have a corn that is torn art. Let's go ahead and get our Flair pen, and like good artists do, let's write our name in the corner at the bottom. And now you have a project that looks like realistic maize, dried corn, to decorate your home for fall. Thank you for joining me, friends. I hope you had a great time like I did. Bye.